Really delighted to say that I'm with Abbie Eaton. Abbie, thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule, because I know you've just come back from Italy. Can you let us know what you've been doing out there?
So I've been lucky enough to be testing my Lamborghini Super Trofeo, so I've been doing that this year. We're kind of midway through the season at the moment, and we're doing some testing for our next round, which is next week at Valencia.
Obviously, we're here at Donington, and we're at the Clapham North Mazda MX-5 Super Cup. You were one of the great champions here. Tell us a little bit about that experience and what brought you from there to where you are now.
So, for me, MX-5 is obviously kind of, I suppose, where I started to feel like I was actually a proper driver. These cars are amazing for teaching you the foundations of proper racecraft. Not only because you've got cars at the side of you, behind you, in front of you, wherever you look, there's always another Mazda. But also, especially in the Mark IIIs, how to have finesse in a car and, really understand what it wants, what it likes, what it doesn't like. For me, it gave me a really good foundation to kind of build on. Won my second championship in the Super Cup, and that was with my family-run team, Eaton Motorsport as well. So, it's a lot of good feelings related to the MX-5s and also to Donington Park, because it's where I managed to seal the deal in a very stressful race weekend.
Just so that people understand, what goes through somebody's mind when you're sitting on the grid? What's the sort of thing that goes through your mind in the build-up to a race?
I think it depends where you are in the championship hunt and where you are in the season as well. So, what your mindset is at race one to what it is at the last race of the season can be completely different. And, certainly with these kind of championships where there's big grids and you have drop rounds and so on, it's all about consistency and just trying to, limit your, I suppose, rubbish rounds as best you can. And, I was lucky that before the last weekend, where it all went wrong, I only had my worst place was sixth position, so basically I could drop that and pick up those positions, and I ended up winning the championship by 1 point. So it really does make all the difference to be able to, fastest lap points, pole position, all that kind of stuff. It all adds up at the end of the season. All the time I say to people when they're trying to get into motorsport, MX-5s, because it's a great championship to learn in, but it's also quite cost effective. Motorsport in general, yes, it is very expensive no matter what you do, but for the track time you get, for the experience you get, for the grids as well, it's all extremely well run. And I'll either say come into this or do something like a Caterham.
So for somebody who's done MX-5 racing, who is now probably at the pinnacle of their career, racing these fantastic Lamborghinis, so it just goes to show that you can achieve your dream.
Yeah, definitely. It's not easy. There's a lot of hard work involved. It would be easier if my family had deeper pockets, but actually, the reward of having to fight for it and work for it is huge afterwards. And learning in these kind of championships is the most fun as well. I probably enjoy myself more coming back and doing some club motorsport, because you can just get in and get involved, and everyone's always really welcoming as well, which is great. But the higher up you go, the kind of more it's like a job, and you have to remind yourself to enjoy it and not think of it as a job and deal with the pressure of, you have to, every time you go on track, you have to perform. Whereas when you're enjoying it at this kind of level, you can actually just relax and take it as it comes. So yeah, that's one tip I think, is just whenever you're out on track, try and enjoy it, or take a moment to realise actually where you've started and how far you've come.
What would be your dream now? I mean, for some people, they would think driving a Lamborghini would be the pinnacle of that. But have you got other hopes, dreams and aspirations?
For me, yes, racing and Lamborghinis and having a full season as well, that is something I've been working towards for a very, very long time, and I'm very lucky to be in the position that I am. I've also kind of co-founded a team, Rebellion Motorsport, this year as well, so that's a new kind of venture for myself, and what we're trying to do is basically create a long-term platform where we can give potentially drivers that haven't got budget, maybe a bit of help to race, aspiring engineers, mechanics, all those kind of people, a bit of an entry into motorsport, because you and I know it's the best sport in the world, but it's not particularly accessible to get involved with. So that's basically what we're trying to do for the future. And if I can make it a success and keep going for years and years, and eventually I suppose turn into a team manager, or when I decide to stop racing, then hopefully it's still going for that.
Well, let's hope you don't stop racing for a long time by now. So look, Abbie, thank you very much. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers.